Adrienne rushed to her first class, Introduction to Psychology. She didn't have time to catch her breath. Once she reached the third-floor landing, she half jogged, half ran to the right room, only pausing to take a deep breath once she's right in front of it. She opened the door slightly and peeked inside. With a huge sigh of relief, she stepped inside. The professor has not yet arrived. There are at least a dozen students already in the room, chatting away like old friends. She wondered if all of them are freshmen like herself. A few of them paused to stare at her when she entered, some gazed at her with confusion. She felt her cheeks go red and hurried to take the seat right in front of the professor's table and pretended to be busy looking for something in her bag. She chose the aisle seat and noticed that the girl sitting at the one across hers is staring at her as well. She blushed again but noticed that the girl was smiling tentatively. She smiled back. "Hi," the girl said. "Hello," Adrienne replied. "Wednesday is wash day," the girl informed her. "What?" she asked confused. "Wednesday is wash day, so we can wear casual clothes and all," the girl clarified, glancing at her uniform. "Oh," Adrienne realized with a groan. Glancing around, she realized for the first time that none of her classmates are wearing the school uniform. Today is Wednesday, and it was indeed mentioned during the orientation. She did struggle to stay awake as she came from her shift. She even dozed off for a few minutes. She looked down at her brand new uniform, remembering how much time it took to iron it last night. This day is not going well, she thought in annoyance. "That's all right," the girl said reassuringly. "I'm sure you're not the only one who's forgotten. I mean, why would they start the semester on a Wednesday anyway?" she asked incredulously. Adrienne laughed weakly. "Yeah, my name is Jane," the girl introduced herself, extending a hand. Adrienne shook it, replying, "I'm Adrienne." Adrienne was glad to find someone she can talk to in this class. She worried the other students may find it awkward to talk to her, but Jane seemed to be perfectly at ease. Soon they were chatting away happily as if they'd known each other for years. She found that Jane is also a freshman and an aspiring nurse. She has Introduction to Psychology as part of the curriculum. The two spent the next 15 minutes getting to know each other and adding each other on Facebook. Jane informed her that she loves social media. She wondered how much time the girls spend on her phone. Adrienne herself can barely keep up with the trends these days. At 7:30, the classroom has almost emptied. Jane was the first to notice and glanced at her watch. Adrienne looked as well. She had been quite oblivious that her classmates had already left. "Wow, I guess we should leave too. It doesn't look like our professor's attending the first day," Jane noted, looking around. "Yeah, let's go," she agreed, getting to her feet. "What's your next class anyway?" "Communication Skills 1, Jane replied, glancing at a printed copy of her schedule. "You?" "Mathematics in the modern world," Adrienne returned without enthusiasm. She hated math, although she was glad she did not have to enroll in any of the pair classes. She submitted her transcript and some of the subjects she already took were credited. As far as she's concerned, she's done all she could in that part and would happily forego the rest. Jane laughed, seeing her facial expression. "Good luck with that. Doesn't seem like you're a fan of numbers." "Of course, I am," Adrienne said in mock indignation. "As long as it is preceded by Philippine peso sign and more than 5 digits. Oh, and should be in my bank account." They both laughed. "All right then, I guess I'll see you on Friday." Jane waved as they headed in different directions for their next class. "See you," Adrienne agreed, waving at her. Feeling light-hearted that she made at least one friend. She looked at her schedule again and noted that her next class will be held at CS 404. College of Sciences, 4th floor room 4, she thought. Why are there no elevators here? Thank God for the hours she spent on the treadmill, otherwise her tongue would be sticking out by the time she reached it. She felt her phone vibrate and smiled when she saw who it was. "Hi BFF," she greeted her best friend cheerfully. "BFF, how's your first day? Are there a lot of hotties? Have you been to the gym? I'm sure the basketball practice is swarming with hot guys without their shirts on," Eliza demanded in one breath. Adrienne laughed. "I've only been here less than an hour, you know." "Oh, right, that's fine, you can check them out later. So are we still on for coffee this Saturday? We haven't been able to catch up in ages," Eliza complained, sounding whiny. "Yep, I'm looking forward to it," she confirmed pleasantly, ignoring her best friend's tone. She cheered up at once. "Great, then maybe we can see a movie after, then we can go to a karaoke bar next." What do you think? She rolled her eyes, almost seeing the wide grin of excitement on her friend's face. I'm still not sure how exhausting my first week will be. How about we just chill at your place or maybe mine? Or, okay, let's stay at mine so we can sing our hearts out. I bought Magic Sing last week and I've been wanting to use it, but I didn't want to sing by myself. Mind you, it's the latest model. It came with 2 microphones. Eliza boasted proudly. It seems she's been bursting to tell her about it. Magic Sing? That's expensive. Adrienne scolded. What does Third have to say about that? Or, don't be such a killjoy. Her friend told her defensively. Then added in a reasonable voice, I've saved up for a partial payment. I paid the rest through my credit card, with 0 interest. You can't deny it, it's a good deal. You know I've been wanting to buy one. Besides, it has thousands of songs, so it's a good investment. And Third was just as excited about it as I was. He's just away on a business trip at the moment, I told you he would be. Her tone turned grouchy. I even invited you to stay with me for a week, remember? So she did, Adrienne thought. She forgot about Eliza's boyfriend being away for a week. Her friend was begging that she stay with her in the meantime. With the pressure and excitement going back to school brought, she had to decline. Her apartment is nearer to the university and she doubted she'd get anything done if she accepted her friend's offer. She ignored this. Wow, you've spent some time coming up with an explanation for this splurge, haven't you? She accused. Eliza laughed, unabashed. Yes, I did. I know your thrifty soul will have a fit. Did I mention it has thousands of songs? Adrienne laughed indulgently. There's no escaping video, huh? Nope, you can't get out of this one. Also, when was the last time we had a sleepover? And we're back there, she thought. She shifted guiltily. Over a month ago? You know how hectic preparing for school can be. I had to get my transcripts, then I had to get. Exactly. So, your Saturday is all mine. No further discussions, Eliza fiercely said, cutting her explanation off. Oh well, I can catch up with everything else on Sunday. Okay, fine, she acquiesced. There's no escaping Eliza when she's all worked up like this. Yay, I can't wait, she said excitedly. I'd buy popcorn and beer and what else? What about me? Do you want me to bring anything too? Adrienne asked. No, we can go shopping after coffee. I also bought a portable grill like the ones they use in K-dramas. We can just buy pork, vegetables. BFF? She interrupted Eliza tentatively. I need to get to class, so can you just write those down and we can talk about them this Saturday? Right, sorry, I'm just really excited about it. I can't wait to use it and have an authentic Korean experience. I don't know about that, she said doubtfully. You can always treat me to an authentic Korean restaurant if you want. She teased. Haha, we'll have to make do with what we have. I've spent a lot last week. Her friend admitted in a low voice. Big surprise. You really need to manage that BFF. Before you know it, you're broke. She chided. Yes, mother hen, Eliza retorted sarcastically. I'll see you this Saturday, okay? But don't wait until then to call me. I still want to know how many cuties you've met there. Most of them are over a decade younger, you know. She replied, frowning. Or, come on, it's not as if you're trying to get him to bed or anything. You're just going to look. And even if you catch the eye of one or some of them, so what? Age is just a number, says the girl who refused to go on a date with a wealthy businessman because he's old. Eliza scoffed. He's old enough to be my grandfather. I wanted a boyfriend, not a sugar daddy. Adrienne giggled. Yeah, good thing you found a boyfriend, all right. I better go. Don't want to be late. The rest of the day passed like a blur. 1 minute, she's rushing to her first class, now she's heading out the last one. She was glad that her schedule this semester allows her to be home just after lunch and be free on weekends, even if her subjects on Tuesdays and Thursdays are half an hour longer. Tired but satisfied, she walked towards the station with a smile. The early morning mishap was already forgotten. Most of her professors were present except for the first. And she was able to interact with her classmates just fine, once they got over their amusement that she's the only one wearing the uniform. She was also relieved to find out that there are other students her age, some even older, and are still pursuing their first college degree. Don't know why you're fussing so much about your age, Adrienne. It's just a damn number, she berated herself as she reached the bottom of the stairs that lead to the atrium. Her preoccupation was interrupted by a male voice as she exited the building. I thought you weren't showing up today. Why were you late anyway? I woke up late, I had a headache. Another male voice replied. She froze, that voice sounded terribly familiar. She turned to look, but the men were already obscured by the side of the building towards the parking area. She stood there unmoving, wondering if she should follow. That voice sounded very much like, "No, it can't be. I must be mistaken. I just dreamed of him, that's all. I must be so tired, I need to get home." Ouch, she cried, as someone bumped into her. She turned to see a harassed-looking girl picking up a few books. Adrienne helped her and apologized profusely. She hasn't been paying attention to her surroundings. Embarrassed, she hurried to the train station, eager to get home and rest. Watch out for the third chapter. Thanks for watching.